So welcome back to another episode of Krafty Koi. Right then, so today hoping that we'll get the rest of the block work completed. Not much left to go now, so during the week we had an update. What I've done is I've got all of the concrete block together and then basically measured everything up and cut it all up, so I can go literally just put a mix together, and then once I've put a mix together, just crack on with laying. So some of you would have already worked out who's doing the fibreglassing, so I'm pleased to announce it's not the best kept secret, to be honest. But Matt from GRP Lining is coming down to do the fibreglassing on Tuesday, or start on Tuesday, finish on Wednesday. So this episode should be completion of the block work, along with putting up a canopy ready for fibreglassing. So stay tuned to see that. I'm also adding 2 more returns. So I've got a core drill, borrowed that off my mate who's down here now doing a boiler for me, not for the pond, for the house. So I'm putting 2 more returns in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin you around and then I'll show you what my plans are, along with 2 variations, because I'll put a link in the corner. Let's see if I remember now. I'll put a link in the corner and I will show you the skimmer that Matt has developed himself. So you know, we're quite keen to get that in and working well. I'm sure you'll agree once you see it, the build quality of the skimmer is fantastic. Now Matt is guaranteed it not to link for the lifetime that I live, so hopefully you don't die before it leaks. No, I'm joking. But yeah, the build quality looks absolutely fabulous. There is a couple of options that I'm exploring, because I said before that we're going to have the skimmer up in this corner here. Now I am potentially thinking of 2 different ways. So if you can give me a little bit of feedback on what you think would work better from the 2 options that I'm going to give in the comments below, it would be very much appreciated. So anyway, let's have a quick look at what I'm going to do. Let me just spin you around. Okay, so option number, returns. I'm putting 2 2-inch returns in. So I am going to put 1 in the center just here, so I've got 3 in a linear fashion, and then I am putting a secondary just below, so we're getting like a triangle. All right, so now originally I was going to have, let me just bring this up a little bit. Originally I was going to have the skimmer here. However, I am thinking of putting the skimmer, I was thinking of having the Bakki shower here. Now I'm thinking it'd be a good idea to have the skimmer here, so the water coming towards us, woo, and then the top of the water then coming back across there, also the turbulence or the flow of the undercurrent will come, because the water's being forced this way. When it hits the back wall, it will then turn and come back this way as well. Now, with the bottom return, what I'm thinking of doing is having an isolation valve to basically stop the flow from coming in here, and then up in the centre where these bricks are now is putting my Bakki shower here. Right, so the skimmer will then basically take the water from there via a 2-inch pipe into a 1.5 reducer into the upflow filter for the Tempest, and then bring some pipe work round the back into the skimmer, into the Bakki shower, to return it into the centre of the water, rather than blocking the view to the garden down there when we're stood up on the decking as well. So that's what I'm thinking for option number 1. Sorry about that, folks. Right, option number 2 is, rather than having the skimmer here, is to bring the skimmer centre, so I'm pulling everything towards the centre, run the pipe work down the back into the upflow filter, and then having the Bakki shower on this corner here. But I'm not so much a fan of that. So let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Right, so pond build has not gone to plan. Wall has fallen over. But let me show you in a minute. So we are, let's come down here because it's out of the sun a bit more. Let's take my hat off. Right, so pond build is completed. No more to do on it, thank God, with regards to putting block on or laying a block up. So the skimmer issue is gone. The skimmer that I've been made by Matt at GRP no longer can go where I originally thought it might go. The fence is too close to the wall, so it overhangs too much on the side of the pond, on the inside of the pond. So I am now changing what we're doing. So the skimmer's going to go here behind me now, which is directly in the middle of the 2 return pipes. So I've got to now, let's move my fat bumps out of the way. So I've now got to cut this brick out here, and also a little recess down there. So I might cut all of that out and then line that with some block from block paving. That should be just about right for the skimmer that Matt has put in. If I remember, I'll put a little clip in now of the actual sorry about that. Yeah, if I remember, I'll put a little video in about what Matt has made for me, and that will be up there or up there. So right, what I'm going to do, let's show you this. So fairly level, this spur is done, that wall is done. Now got to drill 2 returns in there. The Bakki shower is going to go up here, and I have had to fill where the skimmer was, which is why I've got a little bit of an insert there as well, because it was slightly wider than a block in order to put in it. So that there is where the skimmer was going. The skimmer is now going dead centre up here. So let me show you the pond from a bit of a distance. So from the back side of the garden, obviously where the filter house is going to be, all right, still got a view of the fish. And then walking up the centre, that is the view of the pond from the decking area where we sit. So that's going to look proper cushy. And from the kitchen window, that is the profile that we've got as well. So when you think about what it is that you can see, all right, look at that. All right, who wouldn't want that? Not that. Who wouldn't want that to look at all day long? So anyway, I'm going to come back to you in a minute. Anyway, I'm going to come back to you in a minute. So then what I've decided to do on this is just measure out between the 1.5 inch returns that I've already got lined up on the pond itself. So just working from the mortar layer and then from one side of the return to the other, measuring out half distance on the line itself, so I can work out where I need the central return, which is going to be a 2-inch return. So working that out and then marking it up. So remember, you must always measure twice, so you only have to cut once, and the top layer is in, or X marks the spot, so as they say. Then just by dangling the tape down, it provides a natural line, so I know that I'm off of the same line above the actual return that we've just marked in. I'm now working out 2 inches, a bit khaki-handed as you can see. Remember, I ain't a builder. Look at that, look. Perfect straight line. So on to doing, to get it all measured up nicely, all I'm simply going to do now, grab the spirit or the level, whatever you want to call it, and then use that to provide the straightest line. So I know that they're definitely in line, top and bottom, and that's how I've decided, well, that's how I basically marked out the 2-inch returns that I'm going to be core drilling. You'll see the results of that a bit later on. So then you can see behind me, we've done the holes. It's slightly off centre, not to worry, it matters not, you're going to be under the water, but they still serve its purpose, so I'm not overly fussed, I'm not going to lie. So we've put in 2 2-inch returns now, so we've got 2.5" on the left and right flanks, and then down the centre we've got two 2-inch returns. Now just above that you'll see that I've knocked a block and a half out. That's where the skimmer's going to be sitting. It's going to be, the profile, it's going to be just above the top of the top line of the block. But I'm not overly fussed about that, because when I put the actual top profile of the coping stones across the top of the pond, what that means is that the skimmer will sit up, and I'll have to work it out. So, but beggars can't be choosing at the end of the day. I can't. I was going to cut it to size, but then the amount of difficulty we had trying to cut that block was insane. So I opted for the easy way out, which is not something I normally do. But you know, Chad, me mate, that you could see in the video a minute ago, he had to get back after fitting us a new combi boiler at the weekend. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to do us a treat. But what you will see, let me just turn you around. So what you will see is the amount of mess that this has made, which really upset me. But look at the amount of dust. The dust there is mad, I ain't gonna lie. And core drilling these holes, okay, they well, it's hard work, I ain't gonna lie. So you'll see that this one's got a slight gradient down. That's because I don't intend to use the bottom one the whole time. So I want to use these three here the majority of the time, and then the skimmer line will be off the back of the skimmer. The Bakki shower's then going to come up here, and then from the skimmer it's then going to return via this, and be split into that as well, because it's going to go in via the Tempest, but I'm going to have that line via the skimmer, them two via the bottom drain, or I might even look at bringing all three in via the bottom drain. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still playing with it. Now what I have got, a little bit of advice seeking. So from my bottom drain, it's going to go into my Nexus, and then from my Nexus to a air source heat pump. Come back and let me know how you would split the returns. Give me an idea on what you would do, so I can see what other people's ideas are. Let me just take you around the back. So you see 2 inches, 2.5 inches. Right, I've got 1 inch air pipe return there. That's obviously going to be changed about. Air source heat pump, obviously not all wired in or levelled off, etc. I've got to bring the Nexus up a slight bit off the back here, and then I've got a T-piece there. So 4 inch will go off to ground there. I've got what I'm doing here, because I've got no natural drain. I was going to put a soakaway in, but the header tank that I got from the boiler exchange that I've just had done at the weekend, I'm going to bury that into the ground there, and then I'm buying a bilge pump so I can then run, ouch, I'm just trying to stone, I've got nothing on my feet. I can then run some pipe at the back of the pond that way, and then underneath the decking, and then I'm going to chafer in a return. I'm going to chafer into the side down there, and then drop it down into the inspection drain. So that's the plan on how that's going to work anyway. So let me know what your views are on what we can and can't do with regards to how you would split the returns back to the pond. Remember, Bakki shower is running off the skimmer line. Okay, Bakki shower is going to be off this back wall here, then the line's going to go up to the Bakki shower. Okay, sorry, tempest. So it's going to go skimmer to the tempest. Okay, and then from the tempest up to the Bakki shower that would be situated up there. Now, filter, air source heat pump, 3-inch returns, two 2-inch returns, 2 1.5-inch returns. Let me know how you'd split them. So I'm just going to have a tidy up now, and then now the sun's gone in because it was super hot. Now the sun's gone in, I am then going to have a look and have a bit of a play about with the tarping ready for Tuesday, because Matt's coming down on Tuesday and it looks like it's going to be Wednesday and Thursday due to the temperatures that we've got in the week. So anyway, I'm going to leave it, well, I'm not going to leave it there, I'll come back in a minute, and then I'm going to have a little bit of a play, see how we can put this up, and then I'll do another little bit of an update on the tarp once it's up.